Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Love 20 podcast. We're doing things a little bit different today because my guest is somebody that I've watched on TV. And I think but TV and the second I would have it. And
I love
so
it.
this is what we'll do. I'm gonna give you
Certainly.
let's see.
Certainly.
Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? How you doing? It's your girl, Mimi, in the building, and this is Lab 7. Probably gonna be the next presenter in the next few shows. I don't know, but we're gonna talk to Dennis about it. I'm gonna my vote in this guest, so it's easy. But anyway, speaking serious and nice like the lady that I am, I'm here to be interviewed and not to be the interviewer. Koma tena usaba misa nkani soda zizanu tinafala mama mini but TV.
I haven't seen you on TV. Did you leave TV?
Yeah, actually, I moved from Times. I am actually now. Simadama, okay, I'm coming from a long way, and for me to have this post, I'm just I'm honored. I'm feeling like I wake up in the night, I'm going like, country manager? Oh my God, dude!
So I'm not sitting in there country manager.
Mina sothi thoma chori tendo director sengizothi thoma chori yanjani yayi kumano manje no ili manje amayineyo company and the name of the company is TK Entertainment, so they're an entertainment conglomerate. They've been working with they were focusing on music, really just music, and they worked with some artists in Italy. They worked with artists in SA. They worked in artists. Matter of fact, some of our artists, we've got Sife Mw, we've got Cutie B, you know her. We've got quite a number of artists, Lama, so these. Not okay. I've got these artists. That's our chairman of the company was because it's not in Malawi. It's in Kuwait. The base is in Kuwait. So not okay, guys. I think I'm doing pretty good. He was like, why don't we make it an entertainment hub? And the kind of entertainment hub yo mama nina amafuna kuti ikale something like music, arts, like physical and ujin art. There should be like theater, film, everything, photography, videography. Because it was like, you know what? And Malawi, I know good, but things have just really changed. Education is no longer the only key to success. So why don't we open a door to those people that can actually gain this? I have the money. I have the investors. Why don't we bring it back to Malawi? So he brought it back to Malawi. And at Kala, he was like, okay, I like her. And Times really belts me. Inandi Banga build one beat. It gave me an opportunity to understand the entertainment world. And so I was coming from a background of marketing and building other companies, because one of the companies that I built up was Tropical Paints, in case you know it. OG Paints. Yeah, that was one of the companies that I started off like a marketing manager and then ended up rising up, and I built that company with me, my boss, Salman Aziz, and Happy Javula. There were three of us. We built that thing up, and then it grew into what it is today. And so after he heard that and he saw my activeness in the media industry, and if you remember, after 3 months of being on TV, I had won an best presenter award and something. I was like, I say, no, okay. Build your wings. And I always tell young people, when you know wamaliza kuphunzira pamalo, it's okay to leave. Sindeo olo ana pakhomo umaziwe, and that's what my boss, my program yanga.
That's so weird. But if today we're gonna switch things up, I wanna do more of the listening. But okay, so actually wangondukumbutsa comment ya Diana Diana imani isama takufusa mafuso noma kukhanga rongo mvetsela. Okay, people expect me to come here and please people. No, people have good stories. I love people that come here. I should be listening to their stories. From their stories, that's where I should say, okay, tell me more about Jaguti.
That's what interviewing is. That's proper journalism. Do you understand how many people in Malawi don't know what journalism is? Because a journalist should listen. Have you, I think, for those of you that have actually beefed with him about that, Kamone Nujini, Amanpur, Waba BBC, go and see the comments that people say when you're actually speaking over a guest. It's not proper journalism. Proper journalism, you have to be quiet. Let the guest, even if the guest is speaking for 10 minutes, let them speak. Yes, because from what they're saying, there's probably a lot you can pick and answer.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
So yeah,
Don't do that.
today, I'm here to do more of the listening, but also to just find out more, because I know Mimi, and I've been asking her about this whole thing,
Yeah.
TK, and what she's doing, what she's up to. Now, me, I want you to be breaking down this thing. Panopa mugamba zosaina maartists, magamba za ena ndi ena, of which I'll have to talk to some of them, the artists that you're working with.
Yeah.
I think we'll talk to Sife
Malawi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did this start, and what's the vision? And I want you, when you're answering these questions, think of arts management in Malawi with background, for how people look at things. I know things have changed. What difference is TK Entertainment, TK Productions, TK Entertainment bringing on the on the scene, which is national and international?
So the one thing that I can't do is to advertise TK, because there's no way we can advertise. We actually have to pull in people to come to us. So we have to spend on people. But I'm just going to say this on their side, because it's not an advert. We started in 2021. Okay. They started in 2021 before I joined them.
Yeah.
And they've been moving from that time until last year when I met the owner, Promise Katondo. And we worked for a couple of months, and he was really impressed with how I worked with him. And then he said, dude, let's discuss bigger projects. And it wasn't goody Gavena Sianchido. No, it was like, can we do another project together? Because for those of you that have worked with media houses, ngati media houses like Times and Janjan, mazaluma kandi masiku not free, utobanga zintu. Ngati I used to be an MC in Higu Times. I was allowed to do things like that. So there were some things that he would ask me to do. And he was like, you're really good at this. Ku Times, not good at Andranga Poach. It was my decision, because I was moving actually from Times to somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, I was moving from Times kupita kwina anadandiremba ntchito anandirana kuntchito kwina eti I was employed because of marketing. So adandirana kwina koma ndimapitako. When I saw the situation compared to TK Entertainment, I opted for TK, because I was like, okay, well, everyone knows their value, and my value would be more appreciated with TK.
Yes,
our vision, artist management, my guy, it's not as many. It's not as easy as many Antutima Bangira. I have a brother who SA. He owns an artist management company in SA called Bakayad. One of his really close friends was Uyankabanga acting at Janeiro pa TV. Pa Ujin Pascando Anamarida. He was one of his friends. What I learned from SA is what I wanted to implement, because I haven't seen it in Malawi. Usually it's we're turning it into we're doing what the Americans and Michael Jackson stage. They abuse me. They a lot of TLC and I can.
And then these are the stories that have been even resurfacing a lot now. Like, okay,
that's the thing. I'm a woman, I'm a mom. Why would I want to go and take her just to use her talent, and then eventually, after 10 years of her life, so what TK did, what we've done is we paid them a salary, matter of fact.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, on a serious note, kunchiro kwatuja takakhalaku umwana ndi asale monthly ndineliwonse chifukwa kugwira ntchito ife ngati mamanagers tanena kuti iweyo bwera ntchito yako nkutiyimbira. Why wouldn't you want to pay them?
You need to pay them.
Exactly.
They're working.
Ndengati wakuona li salary yake kampasa hanzi koma ngati mpase ma benefit mmene ungamugwiritse ntchito munthu wina wake mukamaza siyana amwene munthu asazakutukwane asazakutukanepo musatwangisepo chichewa chodabwisa asazakutukanepo iyayi. Sometimes bad karma is just as simple as that. And I'm such a believer in kuti ntchito isakuchose umunthu. just because I'm at a higher position than somebody, I should not forget my humanity. So we pay our artist mabasalese allowance yake pokutapa mwezi. Every artist we cover their transportation, we cover their makeup, we cover their hair, we cover their clothes, we cover all of those things. We want to make sure that we're not where we're supposed to be, because finances are finances. But going forward, we want to do those kinds of deals because they all call me mom. I prefer it that way. I love to call them my babies. So Sifa's about mommy, I've seen a Lamborghini. I want to buy one. And I go like, go get it, baby. We got you.
Simufuna kusaina konje? Ma artist, ma podcaster.
What's that?
Yeah.
Recruit
hairs, shoes, clothes, wigs. In a wangofunika masuti basi. The only thing that I may need maybe masuti nditi ka perfume ka bo.
Kama no sina ngojeni ma baby kunja kusazipuma nawe bo. Sabu manawe kale bo je unjwa vala golf shit. Ukazambala sutu zatatu usasokoneza ti mabanja ati kunja. You're too pretty.
Yeah. Oh no, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, as you were speaking, I was going through my own experience working with my artists.
Yeah.
I know there are all these stories. Maseba, and Maseba actually broke it down. It goes back to understanding artists. Maybe when somebody says, "I want to manage you," and he actually said, what he thought when we were discussing, when we were talking, I said, I want to sign yours. I want to be your sponsor. I want to take you to pay for you everything. But what you're explaining, Ababe, it's like, I'm with these kids. I believe in their talents, and I'm treating them as my babies.
Yes.
Every artist that I've worked with, that's how we've worked.
Yes.
And I never made it a point to say, hey, you are signing here and I'm signing here.
Yeah.
As in formal contracts and whatnot. Because I didn't want to I was like, bro, I believe in your talent. What are the things that you think where I stay, sometimes my gigs house. Oh, I've got a house that has got more rooms.
Yes.
Do you think you can move in? Yeah. Okay. All right. I need to look for no. Everything that we go get, it's for all of us. So everything that we have is shared as a team. As far as we live together.
Matter of fact, as you're speaking this, I'm going to turn it around on you a little bit. One of the things that, the way Ine Nagubanga noticed, when Nagubanga noticed was on Tana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed you on Tana. And at first, Tana, and Hamena Gumuziwa, Tana Kunyumba Manga Jambulisida. And then you moved him to your house upstairs and I was like, these things never used to happen.
No, we were fewer. The 1% of people that are not upstairs, you were staying upstairs, basically.
It was like a 2-bedroom house. It was a big house. It was a proper house. No, honestly, that's what I heard, and I was really impressed. It was like, oh, nigga, let's get married.
Yeah, so but I think that's where the challenge comes in, and this was my structures as in who's.
Yeah.
People think events promoter is an artist manager because I'm a owner in the artist. He's a talent agent, of which there's a whole difference in who's managing. As how you are. I might be making conclusions based on what you've said, but I want you to break it down for me. How you're working with these guys. You're paying them salaries, of course. Like when I didn't pay. We didn't pay each other, but we separate. Yeah, it wasn't a company. It was just like me working with a specific individual.
But you did the most at your time. Honestly, but yes, I cut you off.
So with your structure and everything. Okay, how big is TK Entertainment? Like, if you're able to like pay salaries and whatnot, how liquid are you to be able to sustain? I could be ayamba kumanga ma Brazilians asiya kumanga tijaji ma girls tija kenako 2-3 months TK ingoti zoti girls abasizili bo. Are you guys ready? Liquid wise, you think, okay, for a year you'll be able to sustain this lifestyle that you are giving to your babies?
So before he started, these were things that he was actually keeping an investment in. Okay, him and his wife. So the company is owned by a couple, and zomwezi anthu amene muli ku diaspora ndofuna ndiwange ni challenge, honestly speaking. Maga ndimaona ngati ndimankhula ngati ndopanga zinthu zachibwana, and this is a very unpopular opinion, but I'll say it anyway. US going out of this country is the best thing for this country. Why? People have to learn to take care of it. I mean, come on, Dennis. Ufuna ndiuza kuti ineyo ndizisiya mwana wanga ndinja kuti ndikadyese mwana wako?
For
Doesn't
what?
make sense.
For what?
It doesn't. They had to take back their money. They've got hungry people there. We've seen it. Anthu amepano timakhala pa internet. So my point in why I'm making this as an example is kuti these guys anapita kunja. Mwamvesesere? Kunja kuja akuza kuti sikwawo kumene kuja olwata nawo noti olo tikafera konko. Koma kumene
anthu atima amabwera abe amakatenga anthu akwana amanoti ayi thupira mbali wathulo ibwere kuno.
So you know what they did? As a couple, they hustled for years. Wow, kumaseva. And guess what they were saving for? Just to bring entertainment in Malawi. They were like, inu, isisi bwanji ife timazona, bwanji kumari sitimazona, tate nitutumiseko ndalama. Tate, musaona ngatona ndemba nchiro nini mutu. And anamba poyamba, they were like, okay, kapena we should be that company that timapanga sign and hakunja, kuti zona kasat Malawi is that big. Okay? So that's what I was saying. We've got artists all across. We've got artists.
A lot of talent.
Exactly.
A lot of talent.
In Italy. We've got artists in, and this is not, ndikamati to Italy, musamone ngati ndiye anthu a Malawi. These are Italians. Yes, that are under TK. We've got artists like in SA, South Africans under TK. But what they did was tukuyamba kunja nsanga kwambiri. Then tibwerere kunyumba kumudzi. Tikapangeko ndalama. There's so many in the diaspora right now. Did it actually take something that Donald Trump doing? Good anthu ambe organize ndalama ambe bweresa ku Malawi. Because this country is not doing well. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not doing well.
I was reading Penabag, I think it was Njenza Kenani who wrote how the remittances back from the diaspora back to Malawi have dwindled in the past years. And I think anasiya. Zomatumiza kuno ndrama ngani. We know, of course, the things, the reports, I mean, amapita ku US kuja, ndakamatumiza kuno ndrama. But then, if you're sending money back home, ukutumiza azibali yako olwagwiritse ku ntchito zina zawo zapeosono they're still building something that's in your country. Then if you keep money back in the US, what are you going to be doing with it? Because you still need to come back here.
Exactly. Okay, Dennis, sorry to ask, muli wananga?
Or 3.
3, okay, 3 kids. Iyo khala olemera pa oseo ukazamwale kuona ngati ana kwazakha bwinobwino?
No ways.
Iweyo ukhala olemera azibala ako awiri onse akhala olemera iweyo kumwalira ana ako azazunzika.
Bobo ali sorted.
And that's what we just need to do, and that's what this guy came to do. And he told me, Mimi waphunzira ku Times. And I'm not gonna lie, Times has told me one of the people that I would like to thank also before I go anywhere is the MD himself. He was one of the guys. He was like a father. Eri ukamala wisa moja wira ndabwe amkhaka mwana chofura jani. You know, he's going to sort things out with you and then he's going to direct you. And he was always that guy who said, Mama Lisa, go and fly. You're a young person, Mama Lisa, but no, but you've learned what you can. Go fly. Go fly. And he was okay with me going and working for TK. He said, fly. You've got a lot of fire behind you. Go and fly. And he knew, because he knew with the direction that this girl is going. She's going to take, I know I've taken, because that man, he's built that thing up from nothingness, all right?
To
MD
what
Time
it is now,
yes, to what it is today. And he saw something like that in me. He said, go. I could do it. You can do it. Go. And those are the things that we need. Osati, one, anthu aku diaspora simutibwesa ndalama. 2, mabwana ndeko matu mkwidzi.
They don't want you to move. They don't want you to succeed in your own other lanes, in other words.
Kandi, Ojeri, if you're expecting kuti dziko lathu lisinthe, chuma chitu wena ugawana, guys. You can't have just kuti chuma chisisaba basa Dennis no kano. Oh, allow each other. Even but nobody said not in you and me said good or not. Let's join hands. Let's have this podcast together. And then one day I say, hey Dennis, I want to just go my way. I want to go and focus on women things, but I'm still going to do a podcast as well. Don't be jealous. I'm not going to steal your fan base. Let's work together, and that's basically what the vision of TK is. Can we work together? Sindikupita kwauti ndikanene kuti kaya Dennis unapanga manage matters ino ndisemata. No, ndipita kwa Dennis unapangapo umapanga bwanji tandiphunzise ananga wandwanga, because there are two different genres of artists. Komanso pamonga ndilowese sungandilowesepo chiseko ichocho komato ayi. And this is why we have anthu omwe akutchuka anthu omweomwewo akatusa nyimbo za mbola nanga titani tizingomvabe nyimbo za mbola zomwezo. We can't be raising artists that actually, do you know this kid got Maziko Madi? Maziko? We now go imba Maziko. Oh, beautiful singer.
No one is pulling him or her
up. Hey, all of these big singers, ama imbangada Nesmas, ama imbangada Driemo, ama imbangada Antosewa, why are they not saying Kononati? Why are they not endorsing him?
Do you think, Kuti, as a country, we are so focused on competition and collaboration?
Yes. It's the same as asking me, do you want a rich husband or I'll say yes. Before I even hear it, yes, we're in competition. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you guys think you're going to come into the industry the way it is, with people with their egos, with their pride and whatever, with your artist Nanu Somugubela, and you have talked about setting up probably like a big entertainment or arts space or arts hub, something like that. Are you ready to get, because you're going to get it?
Yes, I will.
The pushback, magazi, amene analowa ntima space tina take, where maybe they are wina ntima sponsors, kaena ndi amene amapanga link ku ma gigs and things like those. They're going to be like, who are this girl? Who are they? Who do they think they are? We own this space.
Yes.
So whether we want it or not, guys, my gatekeepers in the industry are people. So anyone who comes with their new stuff and whatnot, they'll be closing some doors for you deliberately, because all they see in you is competition instead of what have they brought with what we have. How can we come together? Are you going to be able to navigate this?
I am not here to compete with you, honey. I am not here to compete with you. Your space is your space. I'm going to come humbly to you. And I'm telling you one thing that I have learned. And I know mu entertainment mulibe ineyo ndibuze arrogance and mupuzira bano bamena mandiziwa ineyo. They know arrogance. They've seen it. Because ine ase ndidolo. I don't care what you think. Ine ndidolo. Ine pomwe nditagwira ine pamasanduka golide. What I touch is gold. But from being arrogant like that, because that's an arrogant statement, you understand? Yeah? From being arrogant like that, I was humbled nicely. So I learned to respect. I may be Doro. I may be a superstar. I may have the intelligence to do something, but it's always good to ask for permission. Always good to be humble. So they're gatekeepers. But what I'm going to say is, that's your space, honey. That's your space. There's nothing. I don't need to fight with you. I need your permission to let me get in your space with you. And I don't want to fight with you. Can you allow me to get in your space? Because I can guarantee you I'm the X factor that you need. I can guarantee. I was going to say something. I would guarantee you. Yeah, I can guarantee you. Zero. No. But I can guarantee you, space yagoyo can use a little bit of a Mimi's touch. I'm not coming there to steal your space. I'm just coming there to tell you, what if I gave a little bit of a
and let's see what will happen.
Hey, and then ndikapanga choncho ndibwerera mbuye ukuneke superstar so ndiwe sinzanenaso kuti ndapanga ndizizi ineyo. There've been so many people inendi taumachula panopa anthu oti they benefited from my ideas. So many big names, but I won't, because I don't have to do that. They opened doors for me. There's this, and I'm gonna go into Islam and increase. Maybe there are some things that
no, I'm everywhere.
Both.
I'm
okay,
both.
Cool. So I'm a Christian, and there's one verse in the Bible that says, "Iweyo kapolo, lemekeza bwana wako." So ineyo mazingo inendi kapolo munjira zambiri. If I'm going to get paid for something, unless if I was paying something, inendi kapolo, I have to lemekeza the spaces that are paying me. I can't go arrogant. I may not agree with them. I may not like some of the things that they do, but my humility will open more doors for me. Instead of going to no, I'm really good at what I do.
Yeah.
But there's respect that's supposed to be given. So my gatekeepers, the reason why gatekeepers sometimes close doors is because we go there and no, why don't you go and say, no, amweni ndikuziwa kuti I'm coming in your space, bwanji mundiphunzise. Ukapita ndi bwanji mundiphunzise. Every single person amafuna kuoneka door, amafuna kumphusa munthu. If you go with teach me, they will open doors. If you go with ndikuonese, muyambana.
Exactly. No, as you're speaking, I get a lot of messages on Facebook because of how people see me or what people think I am or whatever. Yes. So like there are a lot of like youngsters and of course they'll come like, how many? So basically what they're doing is they're asking for my help, whether it's into their projects and whatnot. But I always find it very difficult to actually be able to work with a lot of people. And one thing that I keep going back to is I think the time that utima yangu anapoyambira ija muntu uyu amanduza kuti chani. So when I go back to there, I'm like, I don't think this is somebody that I can work with. Yes. Because the expectation in this ilikali uko. But if it was me, now I go back to when I just came to Lilongwe. I remember how I connected with Q Malewis. Yeah. I met Q and Abela Gunzuni when I was at Nzuni. So we had a conversation, we chat. Then the other time, Namubanga invite to come do something. We had a session, I'm speakers, something. Yeah, of course he couldn't because I'm not in the TEDx. But when I came here, I had started the Concept Creatives.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
Yeah, they used to do events. Yes. And for me, my passion was events, basically. When I was coming out of college, when I was in college, I was organizing events. I was doing events. And I saw his type of events. I remember I wrote him, I said, Uncle Q, I'm now based in Longwe. If you have any other event that you need anyone to help you, even if it means just carrying the cables around, let me know. Yes. And do you know what Q did? He actually called me and he said, so I told him, I work at my guys in a call in the office area 3, but I'm just assisting them on something. He's like, I'll come to your office. And the Q. This is exactly
do you understand that time? This is the king of poetry in Malawi.
And he was doing most of the events. He actually came to the office and said, okay, so you guys, what are you working on? He actually understood everything that we're doing. And he said, I want to take you on. You'll be assisting Nora with the sponsorships and marketing and whatnot. That's actually how I started getting into some of these spaces. So I was
do you understand the message that you sent him? Uncle Q. Do you understand
I still have like a message in my Facebook without message.
Saying, good, okay. Creative wina aliyense ndikuuze olo iweyo ndikukuuza pala anthu ena kasunga kuyena nchili for arrogance kakuna kanafika pachona I say no, I'm a master of my space. Come on. Usibwekwa ine kuti ufuna ndiphunzisa. Imagine ndibwekwa nkuzakuza I said Dennis. Ine ndimata. Iwe sumatha kwanga ma interview ndimata tasiyani izizi tikupangireni.
Zibanga nifeyo. Chabwino ino mungo wanga own izinzuzi.
Ineyo own ifedi zibanga. But if you knew kuti ndimata, you wouldn't accept it.
Okay, so this is another funny story that happened. I actually had that last year when I left Podcast Malawi. I was working on studying the podcast. So we had different ideas or things that I wanted to study and had like a lot of conversations with different people. And most of the people that I said I can't work with them, maybe I didn't tell them, no, I can't work with you. I would rather go work with other people. I can't work with you. The message that I was getting was, you know what? You unabanga beautiful worship, but you know what? We can start a new podcast. Because we know again, I host.
Why?
So I'm like,
it's my thing.
I do podcasts because I want to be there.
Exactly.
Because I love talking.
Exactly.
It's not like, I want to own a podcast. No. I sit there because I want to have these conversations with Mimi. I want to have these conversations. I'm learning. So if you say no, but Usamaga host.
Why?
What do you want us to go do now?
Okay, on another part, what I want to say is, do you know what? I don't like that, and I've seen this say to a lot of people. My program when mapanga pakabwera muntu wina, and I saw this good times kangabwere, which I actually find very offensive and twagabanga. It's never happened to me because I'm a very hype presenter. I'm a very hype host. So usually it's a very bad idea to bring a less hype person behind me. Not because I'm better, but people get attracted and attached to a hype person faster because the person who's low pitched and who's like, the way you speak, it's a person who requires an intelligence. And I'm telling you this for those of you that don't know how to listen to Dennis. It requires a lot of intelligence because he will speak to you. You have to listen. You have to, it will test your intelligence. So if you're that person already, vibe, and there have been programs where I've had to be like you, where I've had to be like, because program it has to be, let's discuss, let's talk. And in there I can tell you, Dennis, I'm a good host for TV programs, for shows. I am not a good interviewer because I talk over my people. You understand? Yeah. It's something that I'm learning still. It's something that I can say here. And how many other times I'm no. In my interview to Sinimata, and Ramona got in Mata Sinimata, didn't put the Mamali's rogo, put in my interview where I could speak. Muntu ayankula. Wina ayankula. And ababa, even ababa, uzona pena again, ndumakudu again, ndibanga, sorry for interrupting, because I had to learn and had to start listening to myself. Ndukubanga jani. It's a learning process. Komanso, it requires okay, why would you want to go to somebody else's podcast? Vision ili mutu mwako. You can twerk it for him. But why would you want to take what his passion is away from him? It's who you are. Malawi needs hosts like you. If Malawi says Podcast Malawi, panali this other guy, Mabanga. I never watched too many of the programs later. And then there was you, was very mellow. People loved it. And that's the same now. I mean, you've got a followership because there's some people who actually want to sit down and hear if my guest ago. And interviewers are Malawi. They don't give opportunity for muntu kuyankula. So for a person who would say Dennis Samat, I would say no. Dennis is a journalist doing a podcast, okay? Which is what a lot of podcasts. Candace Owens, you know her?
Yep.
Candace Owens is a proper journalist. Yeah. Proper journalist doing a podcast. She'll talk. But when she's on an interview, Piers Morgan. Yeah. Have you heard him on interviews?
Very talkative.
Exactly.
And you speak like
hey, it's a conversation. You realize there's a lot of intelligence that happens in those conversations. People that watch you, and for those people that were like, hey, let me no, Dennis is not let's do entertainment podcast. No, it's let's learn podcast. Let's entertain, yes, underground. Let there be fun in the interviewing. Ngati nduna mizeni basi anthu asandidziwe ineyo basi
bwana munazagamba za fani zake mwachule kwenake mwakumaneko pang'ono apo ndi munabebetsa magaya
azanga tipangewo ujeni tilamba ndifanepo ndi anthu pano no it's you can't always win by creating ujeni chaos. Winning is not always chaos. I love this show. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love your show. I watch your show like Jesus depended on it because you interview. I learn every single day. And actually, one of the people that taught me how to be on TV to interview was you. Because you, yankula, nguka pe. Kuyankula, nguka pe. And don't be samata. So if you're there and you're busy saying, Dennis, I'm telling you, Malawians, TV, and you've ever called me good, that's a good presenter. Trust. I've got nothing on this guy. Inendine host. Musandiyanke musatsokoneze awawa ndanthu acheni mabisa kumauche and tini mashow ambiri mbira auta politics kachani amaitanisa anthu bwana ngono zawo pangeni ma interview. Most of the time simakhala interview imakhala mikangano imakhala uyu versus an interview is where you've got a point to make mandira na kuno mini eti mufuna anthu andidziwe komatu lero lene ndikamachoka anthu ena akandidziwa more than they knew me eti but kuinterview kuna ndiwitako chomwe takapange tikakambirana za minisketi ndinavala mu 2021 ija
30 minutes.
So Eva, 30 minutes talking about that. While it's an interesting gisty story, but will it give you the growth that you need? And because always tizi angana vision, and that's I'll still remain on the vision. Tizi kandi vision. What did Dennis podcast yake kupita kutiko? Is it muzingokamba zokuti munavula kwakuti munaledzera munatani komani munthu oyegulisa yanu ikunja?
I tell people, I'll do a podcast. I don't care about pushing it now. Would it trend? Hey, we're trend. If there was some fun things people loved, yeah, fair and good.
Yeah.
But the reason I started doing podcasts was when Ricky died. The South African artist Ricky. Yeah. When Ricky died, I went on social media. Okay, I knew Ricky. I knew his music. Not as a person. Of course, I've met in a Gemini image.
Yes.
Yeah, so but I just knew his music and him. But when I went to social media, I started meeting these Tima clips. So it's alleged that he committed suicide, whether he committed suicide. But then there are Tima clips that started surfacing. A clip pa TikTok of him speaking on an interview. And I made a lot of them like in different spaces. Wait a minute. Let me go to YouTube and search. So I searched Ricky interviews. I found he had gone to several podcasts, mainly with Sirukawa on Life. And it only made sense to me. This was Ricky all this time when I had watched all those interviews. And he had died that time. And then I went on to HHP. The same thing.
Oh my God, yes.
I literally understood these guys, their lifestyles and whatnot after they had died.
Yeah.
It's like, but they took time to go on this podcast and not talk about their music. They just talk about their life, their friends, the people that they chill with. So even if somebody came out today say, hey, Ricky was my best friend. Ricky mentioned at a podcast who his best friends were, who he was rolling with.
Hey.
So he wrote his own story. He said his own story and it was just kept somewhere online. And then this podcast started picking up when these guys had died. So for me, it's when you come to podcast, don't come to just come promote your song because you are releasing a song.
Exactly.
Come, sit down, be vulnerable, tell your story. Don't come to sell your showbiz.
Exactly.
Go on TV, sell showbiz, you sell shows tomorrow. Podcast, you have 1 hour, 2 hours to just sit down. Let you come out. Let people know you. For me, that's why I was like, let's start podcast. So every time when people ask me, I want to come to your podcast. So I'm like, okay, what do you want us to
talk
discuss?
about?
I'm releasing a new song. I always tell them, no, that's not my podcast.
That can't be it. I love this conversation. I would love to encourage Malawians. Pena paka Malawi tizita ku ndiyankhule nchichewa. Malawi tizita kuiwerenga. As a marketer, we're taught market research, and with market research, umamba market psychology. So you have to see the psychology of the audience. Panoba, ma African countries ambiri. Tikumalondora pambuyo pa US pang'ono, Western world pang'ono, we're far, but not too far as militarily kali. So panoba, go into the US. What are being watched the most? Until they don't rely. Upasari news is not reliable anymore.
Nope.
Because a very good example, waizi wankani ya Blake Lively ndi Eugene Baldoni. Ndani Baldoni. Blake Lively nkazi wake Eugene wa Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Yachuka kunea kuti yachuka unari Blake amana unati Jan amana unati Eugene ndani Baldoni and Justin Baldoni anamugwirira jan. And actually that's something that we should also talk about, that women can actually sexually harass men. Okay?
And which is something that this is what we want to talk about, like a lot of, when we said, can we have a conversation? It was on that
sexual harassment.
Yes. How does it happen and how entertainment industry.
You know what? I should come back. We should discuss the Justin Baldoni thing another time. But let's look at the sexual harassment thing. You see, I'm not going to talk about media industry. I'll talk about just the music industry. I want to run away from the media industry because we've got issues like Zombies Nigeria, MBC, and things like that. And I really want to avoid some situations. So let me talk about music. I have met less than 1% of women in the music industry. that have not been sexually harassed. Right? Azimayi ambiri ngati sanakuze kunaona kuti bwera uzaimbe timenye ina yake imakhala yonena kuti ukuimba mujeti pepare tabwera mbali zakunoko. It's not gonna be. Do I have an allowance to touch you?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Ndikujambula nyimbo ja. Nene. Nanga pomwe ndikugaba mpoti ungamandigwire ine apa.
That's a woman.
Olo kapena okay, so you know what? Iwe ready? Uzika munyimbo mumu. Just imagine kuti uli mchikondi. Olo chonditengene olo okay, let's just kiss to show you kuti izimveka bwanji. Olo so many things that these people have gone through, all right?
Yeah.
So many things that these women have gone through. And that is also one of the reasons why Ndi Agarondo, the owner of the company, you know what? Having a woman as the country manager for this thing is probably a little safer. But at the same time, even I can sexually harass you. I can. That's something that
and we forget on
exactly.
One thing that I wanted us to discuss as we're discussing is you have all sets of artists, both men and women. Artists, we have QDB, we have Sife Mw. How ready are you for stories like this with your babies? How ready are you to protect them? Because like I've said, we're not going in a wake. It would have been me telling you, the way I see the industry. There's a lot of that, which most of it is swept under the carpet.
Yes.
And some because they want to feel as they have grown on their own. But some of us know most of their stories. First hand, I'll tell you, I was there. This place, I was there. I know most of their stories. And okay, the thing is, I choose not to be out there to be the one who
it's not
goes to cause controversy and whatnot.
Yes,
but if I ever wanted to like even start counting, wakuti but I'm not here to challenge anyone. But I can assure you it's very common.
Yeah.
So as much as we try to make it look like there's a lot. The same thing with boys as well. There's some boys that are also as bambo ambili menetiana timetu kupanga rise umeneli. There are women now that are like older women who invite them. They'll tell them like
we've seen
it happens for me. For me, like I know it. You being country manager, how ready are you to protect yours or the industry from such things?
So Dennis was I'm gonna go to a little bit of my history. I was sexually harassed as a child for 10 years. Okay, 10 years is a long time. And when it comes to rapes, sexually harassed, it means rape. Amandigilida and azibamboneka ngati wewe amandigwirene ndili kasaizi kotere. They said from this size to around this size. I'm not even old enough to figure which is around 4 to 12. Okay. I am a very crazy person when I'm angry. And the reason why I call my girls and my boys my babies is because I will protect them with my life. The first thing, and I don't care if the police are listening, and I want you to know, I catch you trying to do that to my girls because they've got marital problems, they've got relationship problems. Okay, those ones and you are gonna encourage me, baby. I hear we've got those things happening. I can't judge that. And that's fine, as if I were alira pa kutekwe dzidzimanya urengo nagulaso sife chocolate kutereko
kuti mwina kapena
kupepesa roke ndapepesera ndineyo ndapepesera ndineyo. You protect that's protectiveness of a mom to munthu oti ali ndi alinti mamuna wake. Now, let's say, no, I won't say you. Let's say a random guy. I'll go to studio Sife because usually I'm not with her in the studio. We've got an artist manager. Ines an artist manager. And then the manager like
Overall,
yeah.
just
So we've
because
got
of
an
the
artist
producer.
manager in our company, Nathan. Nde wabita ku studio Nathan Gulibego, right? And Tinasan Kada Nathan, he's a big boy, he's handsome, he's hot. But yeah, so wabita umene kuja Gulibego Jin Gulibego Nathan producer kubwera asife tatienu. Asife tatienu guy kujibinda kuti pange yanchani. Ndikuzana some of you are getting feeling already harassed because I'm touching. These are mine. Okay. So anyway, nanga but anyway, so you have Sife go to a studio, and at that studio, somebody's trying to touch her differently. All she has to do is say, "Ma, I'm not safe." I tell her, "Come here." Abidog, she doesn't need to know the rest. The rest is gonna be between me and that person, and whether that thing goes out of that room, police is between him and me. But there'll be a lot of things that are gonna happen that are violent. There's gonna be violence. Because I was so jima. What's a coffee guy? Wasn't it? Wenza okay. Ndio mangisa. No menya weyo. Me, I will fight you. Me, I don't care who you feel. Me, I have violence. I have enough chaos to destroy you. So before we go to the police, you and me have to deal with each other. The pain that you made her feel, you feel it. Me, I'm not gonna sit down with you. Of course, I will ask. Okay, I'll come. I'm not gonna come to you as a crazy person. I used to be crazy, but now I'm not. I'm gonna come and say, "Unatamwene, ndamva mwana wanga mamukira deri. Banji. Banji, you can jam. Yeah, I'll call her, Sife. Because there are times, now mind you, and this is what I want to say to managers, mind you, a girl can lie.
Yep.
Atakubwera Sife nkumakufuna wewe nkumukana.
Ndikapanga situation
ndikusimungakhulupilire ineyo indabwa kuno nzangofira violence mwati simungandimangitsa. So also there has to be a balance, but I will protect these babies with my life. Being creative kumalawi kunoko is not yet respected. Sitinafike panga limene alili Beyonce. Sitinafike bachokona kuti zimona Rihanna tizina not atotse grass next company and see them as an intelligent person. You're a creative Dennis. You know the struggle we go through if you could not recognize that we are nzelu beyond our physical ujin. But do you understand? If this world had no entertainment, if this world had no creativity, we would all be dead. There are times when you are in depression and the only thing that you want to do is listen to music.
It's music.
There are times when you just want to watch a movie. All of these are talents. There are times when but then anybody my talent, these are all creatives of different calibers. All right. And at the same time, winagamena nabanga degree ali mofesi agumira 10 million yake salary kukatochoka pampando pamene popo chifukwa kuzoona kuti ine ndikangochoka pano pasindikapanga so drama ina yake. Let me tell you something. If we all made like creatives make their entrepreneurs, it's a inengati manage. I'm building Sife is a company on her own.
Exactly.
Lama is a company on her own. QDB is a company on her own. I'm building 3 companies that eventually, if I'm a good mom to them, I can tell them, baby, you're grown. I'll still manage you, but can you find something that we can do? Just as Sife now. Yeah. Let's do a makeup line called Sife. I mean, it sounds beautiful. Sife lipsticks, Sife Ujin eyeliner, Sife jan. They should be able to. My ultimate goal is to see and to raise an artist like Rihanna. I want to see that. Because Rihanna, that sexual harassment manager moved with her. And you know, that girl destroyed Chris Brown's Ujin. And the whole entire world. So
Chris Brown in
imagine
this regard.
And you know, we just recognize him because of that South Africa show.
Otherwise, I think everybody's like, yeah.
And so that's what I want to also, when it comes to sexual harassment, I want to make sure I destroy somebody's life. But karma is real. You know, she invited bad karma on herself. You're atheist. Fine, be atheist like that. So it has to. I can't give you a certain kind of energy that won't come back to me. All right? Kasi ndibweza energy mene ndiweyo.
It might
Koma
go to
believe.
somewhere.
Exactly.
Somehow.
But believe it will come.
Yeah.
So I allow Sife to lie to me. Adeni saagwiririra. Inenda kumangisani. Believe in this same lifestyle. Me and Sife will pay for it. Believe. So if my baby comes to me and tells me, Mama, there's something wrong with me, we need to sit down with her. Let her tell me her story. I'll come to you. Or whoever guy, I'll go to them. I said, if I know for sure this guy did it, because the reason why I said in the beginning, in our sexual harassment, it was not one guy, it was not two guys. It was maybe I'm pretty, I don't know. I joke about it now because
that shows the resilience. Like when you're explaining that, and then okay, wait.
Nah.
If that ever happened to me, would I even sit somewhere and say it and
talk about it.
get all the memories into me?
I talk about it. Actually, matter of fact, we should come here one day. We should talk about
it. It's an area. It's an area that we want to explore more as a podcast.
Yeah.
Do probably even a series.
Yeah, you should.
Because these things are very, very common. Very common, but they must be and the people that have gone through Zintuze, they don't, I don't know, maybe we haven't given them enough platforms where they can freely and openly talk about them and their experiences and how they actually fought all their resentments.
Even though my resentment don't for it. I was chaotic for a while. Not just a little while. As an mabwana anga amene unga now azakuza noti amene makamaka namangira makampani azakuza mimi brilliant employee. Brilliant. Mwana wanzeru. Mwana wuta emotional chaos. Chaos! Emotionally chaotic. Because I would the lowest position job I've ever had in my entire life was Good Times, because I think since inception of work I've always been a manager, and then mpaka nazifika kuma office, like the entire company's manager, right? Many bit of times because I was changing careers, I wanted to go into media, but all of my bosses can tell you not mimi ama tanchido, and that's why I told you not in. But the reason why you go with humility is because you also know not takadoro, but I've got this
things I still need to learn. So ndikamadzika kwambiri anthu azingona ngati iwe dolo wachiri.
So now I was emotionally chaos, and I had to learn how to balance my emotion with my work life, because kunchiro kumakhala my emotions I said ndimakwiya ndikamaza mene bobo this is it, and ndikamaza sutiswa ndipepesa, because in my head I was justified for doing that. And then it was I said lunch. One of my employees was my niece. I employed her to company, I guess, in sure, because I don't want to change. Are we running out of time? Should I come back another time?
We are running out of time a little bit, but what I was thinking we can do is you are going somewhere after here. Right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I can come back. I can come back on another show.
Yeah, we can come back on another show.
Yeah.
But if we're okay with memory, I still want to have her. So you can go do your stuff and you can come pick her up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be back.
This is the beginning.
This is the beginning. I'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are tuning in, this, I'll call it part 1 of the series, because this conversations, okay, who is that girl who can come sit here and tell us things like this the way you are? So, but because you want somebody who can actually say things the way they are.
Yeah.
And for me, I think it's an honor to have finally gotten you.
Thank you.
And to have started this conversation.
Yeah.
There's still a lot more areas that I want us to explore.
Yeah.
And I'll be glad with you. You should be coming so we can do another one until when we exhaust. But I know conversations
with you and me, my guy,
Yeah.
never. But I want to say thank you so much for having me here. And mostly also, before I say goodbye, thank you so much for taking the time to actually listen to me. I know I talk a lot, and I actually find it an honor. So I burnt your ears out, but thank you so much for the time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with Mimi.
Sife.
We'll be back with Sife. But for now, I'll let Mimi go because she's the whole country manager, guys. She has to go do some things. So let's get into the next conversation. But for now, yep, let's drink some water.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Like I said, I think the interviewer in the Mimi kept referring to Sife QDB because they were here, and I really wanted to have a conversation with one of them. And we'll start with Sife. Next time, I'm gonna bring you QDB. QDB, need my friends, you know, via Penabage. Out, not monom. Drinks. Drinks interview interview drunk interview.
Zikadukwana bwino.
Kuti akamasuka akakampenkhani bobo. So we're back with Sife. I say this is Lab 20 podcast. I'm sure you watch.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and for fats, I said fats wambili.
Ngati nofata ngati.
Yeah. And I hope you subscribed. And can you ask everybody who is watching to make sure that they subscribe to the podcast if they haven't subscribed, and tell them who you are. So
Hi, my name is Sife Malawi.
hey, come in. Come in.
Hi, my name is Sife Malawi. Sylvia Sfenjan Sunday. Make sure you subscribe to Lab 20 podcast.
Congratulations for being signed to TK Entertainment.
Thank you very much.
It's not a lot of girls that have a management team working with them.
Yeah.
Firstly, I'll let you know that I love your music.
Ah.
I find it a bit unique from most female artists.
Aww. I'm rushing.
Yeah, I find it unique. I think from the first day I heard your name, kunambira kuva dzina lako, onambira kuva dzina lako. Nambira nyimbo oma. I think
Which one of them?
which one was the first one that I listened to?
It should be Kumaloto.
It should be
Kumaloto.
I should be
Magemelifa. Agondwe.
How much? Yeah, the one Makamba ya Abambunda man.
Magemelifa. That one.
Yes, that was the first one that I listened to. So yeah, I was like, oh, you so with this one. Then I think that's when I got introduced to the other songs. But I like your style.
Thank you.
Tell me, when did you start your whole thing? But anyway,
Yaba TV.
Yaba TV, which I don't like. But then I just want to know you. Like, okay, who is Sife? Where? Because I haven't seen you on an interview, sadly.
Okay.
Seen me on TV, so
it's okay. I understand. Okay. As I said earlier, my name is Sife Malawi. I started doing music in 2019. I'm a studio 2019. Koma kuimba ndekalikali ndilika mwana kwambiri ku church. So yeah, you know, like ku church kuja makhandi Sunday school what and what not. So yeah, ndimapita ukaimba chanchani. So brother wanga ramba zoenda ntaunozuwa nyamata kuthamanga. So yeah, nando zoti atati uko ndapita ku studio. Yeah, ndinarigoda. So it was in 2019. I mean, namba nokupanga record nyimbo. Yeah, 2019, 2020, 2021 inazasiya ko guy. Yeah.
Story for another day.
Sorry for today. Sorry
Yeah,
for today.
yazasiyako kaye. Because of tabe 90 ways. Ndikukoma wina la mayi musiye kuyimba. Imagine.
Okay. Okay,
Ndikusiyadi.
you know.
Ndikusiya.
And this ngani zizinto zimachitika ende ambiri anasiya
Azisiya.
Anasiya. Inu munamenyesa nkwangu apa amunasiya. Munasiya. Timva kuti munayambira so ndani akakoka niko ndani koma chibwezi chinakusintsa niko kuimba.
Chinandisisa kuimba 2021, 2022 zatabu. Yeah, 2023 that's when I met my husband. I'm married by the way.
Congratulations.
Thank
How
you.
long have you been married?
For a long time. Long enough. Yeah, so I told him kuda ndimayimba rini chanjani, so like I had the songs namubelesala yogasi yokusa kwa basi hadi ku studio hapa. So yeah, because of him naambira so kuimba. That's when we made TK Entertainment. Basi anatisaina, here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two dynamics. Niona ngati ndikhala ndi mbali imodzi pano pandeko bayamba ina yakani. Because it's always that a popular thing that men discourage their wives or their girlfriends.
Imagine you
So,
have a boyfriend.
boyfriends.
Ndikumuza muntu onakhaba kuwa mama yake. Akusamba sobo mama yake, takuja za mama yake ukamuze zona kuti usiye kuyimba. Who are you?
Mina nani
Who are you?
Mina was putting in a lot of money that
Where?
didn't need to
Money where?
in you.
Where?
In your eyelashes, in your makeup, in your hair,
Get out.
Brazilian hair and
Get out.
no, but it's a very interesting thing now that I have a boyfriend who tells you stop.
Husband, please.
No, who told you to stop?
Oh.
You had a boyfriend who told you to stop
Okay.
music,
Okay.
and then you meet another boyfriend. You get married, and then they tell you, back into the studio.
Yeah.
What are these dynamics like? What makes you think, Woody, we have men who want their women not to do anything else except what they think is right according to what men amaganizira, and music is one of the music in
Art.
career.
Career. Yeah,
It's a career.
Yeah,
it's one of the careers that I think as Bambambiri discourage their partners to get involved in. Why do you think it's like that? Many from these two situations.
Some people, are just abusive. Na sanje too much. Sinanga, in the music industry, you meet a lot of people. Amuna. When I say men.
Okay, wait, guy. But then, don't they meet a lot of people, men? Why should you like
Amakhala akudwala. But yeah, koma anthu amakhalisa nje zosakhala bwino because ena osali music yokhai ena ntchito zeni za mali.
Ntchito zina kumene amapezera akwalitsa kasi akhale bakhomba housewife.
Akuti iwo nsanje kwambiri. So komanso pali anthu ena oti amalesa faja mmene unakambira ndi mime muchoti ma studio mukuchitika zinthu zambiri sitinganene anthu samanena ena amanena of course ine sizinandichitikirepo mukanaziwe ndikananena
Interview yathanda kuti interview yoseni wafana ufuso kuti akufotokozere zimene zinakunchitikirapo ndi ati ine ndinakayo kuti ndimadziwa kuti nkhani za aliyense ndikuze nkhani zako bwana.
Sukuziwa. Ayi. Palibe chimene andichitikira. Palibe iwa.
Inasankha kuti usamazikambe.
Okay, yeah, but chifukwa zinthu zina zomwe zimachitika m'mastudio ena amangopera kutali. Kuti yeah. Komanso ntchito yathu iyi ndi yamabizi ngati panopa. Ndi kuti mama wana ku studio, pano ndili kuno, madzulo ku studio, boyfriend aona zimene zali sindikwanisa
weekend ndi kuti
weekend
kuyamba
love ku show weekend ku show
sure
love there is no ndiye akona kuti ayibodza attention upanga makulu komano that's not good aliyese ali ndi tsogolo lake ena tsogolo lathu ndi limene lili you never know kuti ndidzalemera bwanji munthu exactly music is money is business so amene mmalesa azikazanu kuimba nyimbo kupita ku studio kajambulisa video kupita ku show sibo
nde a husband apapa ukayamba mashow lese ngati mene amakhala September mwezi I'm not sure how busy you were sinapange follow kwambiri last year but now nde muli ndi management yoti ikathamanga pano pakamvula kakangoti katha
andipapalisa nawo
kuzikhala Thursday Friday Saturday Sunday ndi Saturday mene okhala 2 shows 3 shows
I'm telling you
masana kwakuti kenako
wiki yonse yayibandi ndekuti
ndiye mukamba ma road trips now ma road shows kaya mupite kunzuzu mupite kuti how ready are you a husband mukakhala panopa mukamakambirana anoti zikumayenda bwanji mukambirana kuti zitheka
tu zimenezo. Okay, my husband is very different from anthu ena ndikati ndikupita ku show tiye
amapita nawe
konko akayipase moto sarapita ndi kuti akapange nsanje akayipase moto azikasatizira nawo nyimbo yes Sife yes yeah so whenever he is free amandiperekeza ngati akugwira ntchito akhala ali ku ntchito so I don't think he would have any problem with me going to show, going to studio, going. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. But now talking about I know you have already, but when you're in the industry, you actually also know what is something. Okay, you know, I sometimes ask these questions because if you have a positive story, I would want that story to go out there. Because push we're here to amplify it kuti anthu ambiri azichiona kuti ukakhala oyimba wamkazi ndi kuti moyo mwako ukapita ku studio usimachitika zabwino ukapita koyimba ku mashows there are a lot of other good stories that happen and I would appreciate even you sharing me with us some of the things that you have just experienced being a female artist who is on the rise. Assure other young people that are going to watch the interview. In the industry, 2021, first time in studio. 2019, first time in studio. This is now 2025. It is a bit of course, apart from a break. Just tell someone what grounds you. How have you been away? Okay, what could be the stories that you can share?
Okay, you just have to set your boundaries. You have to set your boundaries, Eddie. Pena, people treat you the way you want them to treat you, Eddie. Of course, amangubanga harass antu basi just like that. Kumano balandu you show them the green lights. You don't have money, you want to shoot a video. How are you going to shoot a video when you don't have money? So set your boundaries. So be ready. Ukapita meguja usapita ndi mentality yone azona kuti ine ndinesikana ndikapanga akandipatsa just because I'm a woman. Yeah, you are a woman. That would deal with you. That would deal with you very well. So yeah, make sure kuti iwe songati munthu you are ready. Pena osamayesana. Upita ku studio koma ndalama ulibe. Chabwino anthu samale paya kuneneya ba business wakha uneneya kumene. Koma producer akucharge 100,000 upita ndi 40,000 yako manje. Ndi 40,000 nde kwina ntiona kuti titani. He would deal with you well. Komano, honestly speaking, anthu oyipa alipo, koma bwino salani alipo. Yes. Some people can work with you bwino.
Who are some of the good guys that you have worked with?
ine aliyesa amene ndagwirako naye ntchito ndisanami amene ndagwirako nawo ntchito maproducer kaya oshuta mavidiyo kaya everybody else mapromoter chani mwina poti zinthu zina I don't handle ndekha ere ngati ine ndisanami TK Entertainment kwambiri amandipangira handle zinthu zambiri ngati ya promotion mavideographer amalumikizana okha chani
Moti sumanyamula nyimbo zako onya kwa magays mapeji kuti tapangani kuti mwakuti ndipo kuti
celebrity. I mean,
mfoni kanga tipite mumagroup a boys opanga promotions mapromosi kapeza kali kumeneko kakupempha ujeni promo panga promo kaulere chonde ifeyo chabwino ng'ono tipanga bwana.
no, Mommy does that. Mommy does that.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, the princess. I'm TK Entertainment princess, of course. Yeah.
So you're working in relationship with your other people. Kunayo kunoku ngati pali chinthu chimodzi chimene ndinapanga notice oyimba achizimayi kuchezera kumakuvutani kuchezerana makamaka kuchezerana kumakuvutani kwambiri maubale ako ndi azinzako oyimba achizimayi kupatula cute b foti nonse muli sene mwinaso tisanchosemonso mwinaso mmayambira mkati momwe motundi sanchosemo maubale ako ali bwanji.
Okay, I'm friends with few people. Kelly Divine is my friend, Leda Higa is my friend. Few people. Komano kunena mona ntima. Oyimba ambira atsigana ku Malawi kuno. They don't promote each other. So I don't know. Mwina tima onana ngati competition. Koma kwa ineyo, I don't see anybody as a competition. Okay? There is enough room for everybody.
So much room, mainly for female artists. I feel like there's too much room for.
Koma my friends kanga kuti tikulimbirana malo wake ati. Ina kakhala nyanja tikanazo zoti mwina so mabota athu alipo kuti sitikuonana kukula kumene koko. I mean, there's a room for everybody. So anthu ambiri saji promo iweya kuti akupangire promo nyimbo yako amachemana.
Yeah, because okay, I stay on social media a lot and pali mapatterns ena yako machitaona kuti I think uyu ambocheza ndi uyu kumapangana ko tag imwe mazina zake you can tell kuti I think wakuti ndi wakuti amunena manje ukapanga release nyimbo ka share ko ina.
We've talked about Mike Melifa, right?
Yes.
Ndi nyimbo kuti yayi koma how many female artists amewaona kwewe zoti anapanga mwina post link yo
oloka TikTok
link abeji bawo ndani TikTok video ri munthu umakhala kuti siku lina ungofuna be kuti
ungova kwa china
TikTok video the artist wake uri kupatwa Kelly Divine kupatwa KDP wina ndana ameona ukuthi wapanga video waisi yapo nobody. So I don't know but I feel like kuri muntu we rise by lifting others, okay? So muntu dongompanga promote zako iye mawaza kupanga
even when they did not ask you
as they don't have to ask you, they don't have to nyimbo za inariana mabanga bujeni mabanga videos amakufusa mashow aje na Beyonce mabanga post aje amakutumani kuti ndipangire ngoni post. No, you won't lose anything kungobanga post china yake, you won't lose anything. Koma no pride wambiri anthu ife koma sene sonzanena zilanga inazo ndigulomero zabanga post
no friends of study nani pa page bako ba ndani umangobanga share zako ngachifake kanyimbo so I wanted to hear azako wani notijani nanga iwe mbali yako
muntu wakati ukubwera kumene anthu afunika azikulandira so ngati iwe muntu sunalandiridwe iwe pansa sokhala bwanji mundilandire ndilandire si bwino ndikarusa nyimbo ina ndilandireni ndine nzanu ndi zimenezo si bwino
Girls, mwamve mulandire sachonde mulandire ngakhale akungo pala kaika njira kakwakeko
isene aya izindikupala
Kupala
kanjira
kanjira.
kakwangako inesenonso ndabalira ndabalira
Okay, so
Mm.
what are the plans if there's an issue
Mm.
imene imadzavuta nthawi ina yake ndi management ndi magoals artists ndi
magoza
timelines
auja
management kusiyana angashiye magoals aja nonse vision imakhala yofanana koma distance ya magoals artist ambiri amene anatuluka kuti tinamva alengeza under management yakuti from
2 mina
2 minutes 3 minutes
Asiyana.
tatulukako wamva kuti amandichedwetsera ma projects that language is very very common amandichedwetsera ma projects angotulutsa nyimbo za QTB ati tizidikira ndi ndizidikira yeah so what's the agreement or iweyo magoals ako ndotani and are they aligning bobo because we now get too used kuti papangika announcement kena kuti zingodikira kuti announcement ubale uthaliti that's what it has been happening.
as for me litike entertainment mudikira mugona muzuka mpakana mutopa thank you very much
titopa tikungodikira nyimbo tikungodikira ma project
kudikira kuti ifeyo tisiyane ifo ambiri munaloweza kuti anthu akangosaina contract 2-3 days asiyanapo koma mudikira mutopa yes yeah koma as for me and take entertainment timu atatu sometimes ngaratist you need to understand kuti nawonso ndi anthu ndi kampani yes koma ndi anthu ndalama ndi zimenezo zili apo of course koma no makolo akamati kulira zovala samabweresa belo chonchi nonse atatu tiyeni sankhani no amati kunguliyako wina mawa adzanguliyako wina tsiku ina adzanguliyako wina so sometimes you need to understand kuti pamawi pano ndama zikuvuta yes wina project yake ikatere winanso itere aliyense zinkomereko sono ukakhazona kuti you're selfish ungofuna kuti zako zokha ziyenda pena somati ziziganizira kuti okay ndakhazona ndili ndekha ineyo izi zinkanapanga bwezi ndikutulutsa mwezi unalowese nyimbo video so I don't know koma as for me ineyo ndimaona zonena kuti they are fair
okay
yeah
ananena mimi Mastin kuti
mami.
even my eyelashes my lipstick
chilichonse
transport
chilichonse lodyera musewu ndimazioma
iyi tikambe motsitsa kaya ikamveka kaya sikamveka simukuona ngati akukumangilirani kuti ukadzafika nthawi yoti mfula muchoka adzambe kukukumbani kuti mupita kuti chilichonse timakupangani simukuchoka pano asamve kome
sanga ndiwumbe tizakumbana inenso ndzazo ndimakuyimbirani nyimbo tizakumbana ine ndizikumbana inenso ndimakuyimbirani nyimbo
but now share with me your honest opinion not because a manager akumva amvera aonera kuti your honest opinion of your working relationship with your team ukuona kuti zinthu zanu zili bwanji and yeah let us hear it from you now ndikunena izi chifukwa ka interview kakapita pa internet kakakhalapo 2 years anthu akapita akakaonerabe so munene zimenezo zofusoli muniyankhe
Mona
mtima
mopa
kuti zikadzamasintha pa nthawi imeneyo mukadzabweranso padzakhale zina zimene mukutiuza ife mafunso kuti tidzafunsabe
okay ine sininganami ine nditike entertainment deal yathu inayamba 2024 last year kuone amona ntima the relationship has been just good ine I cannot complain ndisanami and ndekha ndimaziona kuti kodi before TK Entertainment ndi panopa moyo wanga unasintha bwanji. Okay, kusintha sikumangooneka nthawi yomwe kuti koma ine ndakuwuza chiyambireni kuyimba it was in 2019 kumaloka video kamodzi wajambulira itero ndinalibe until ndasign a contract ndi TK Entertainment. Okay, the thing is ena zimavuta anthu ifoti akasaina deal ajimakhala ngati kuti kuntchito ukangoona amanager ndi amanager uzira kuthawa koma no ifeyo our team is different. Ife we are a family. Ndikamaona ifeyo Pastor Promise Karondo is like our father. Ndikamaona Mimi, she's like, our aunt or our sister, somebody we can talk to. Sikuti oti tikaona maine nyimbo sina nembe koma ndende ndishadabulidwa. Of course amatishadabula tikapanga zola pepe. Amatishadabula. Koma unasani mpaka nakuti kana kulira misozi kuti koma andiuzamu. No, it's not like that. Pakachitika cholakwika we talk as a family. Apa sipanaende titani tipange bwanji titani. Ine ndikasolo 1000 of which sitimasolo 1000. My team is rich. Yeah, ndikonda so
ukuife tibwera nawo mavuto ena yonse akumakamba simavuto ena yonse koma pa yandama yokha si imene usikuoneka ngati ndivuto limene ali nalo.
But yeah,
muli kuti kodi muli kuti mafesana ni kuti kumene even mwina pala nchawa pokha mangopita apo kangocheza.
Ali 47. Yeah, 47. Osati muzibwera palanchi. Muzibwera business. But yeah, ndi antimu yokuti iwe kufuna thandizo neyonse kusowa chinthu. Era kuti sizikugwirizana ndi music. Ndi anthu kuti you can talk to them. Timakalira adi. Mama, amunanga abwera mochedwa abwera 6 koloko. Osati mochedwa ayi 1 koloko. No. We in good terms. Osati muone ngati kuti kapena zikuvuta konena zizota mama timenya koma ndigulira chokoleti ndadya chokoleti. Ndadya chokoleti. So yeah, you see kuti ndi zinthu ndadya angoti guy.
Kuna gwanji kunyumba.
Angoti guy. But yeah, even outside music, they are told they listen. Yeah, so the relationship is pretty good. I can't complain, honestly.
Right. So apart from music, what else are you doing? Are you still in school? Are you working? What other things keep you busy? Zoti mina mukutama zoti some kinds of music is magazine. I've heard Mimi say, I want us to build a business. Every artist that I work with, I want them to be a business, which is something I like in it.
Okay.
I think as Mayambiri, what's that as Mayambiri? And how do so ambiri? Now this is something that you guys will need to change, or maybe some are already changing. To my own investment. Yamangaza music. Imavuta and we end up kuti mwafika pa prime anu lusolija you cannot do much basi ngoti anthu basi ayambe ku akadwala ayi ena yoti ali bwino they start becoming alcoholics aitathandize izi
mutisonkhele.
What are you doing? What do you do when music is not playing?
Okay,
when you're not recording?
I was teaching. I was a teacher. Still, I'm a teacher. Komano, the time I was working, man, the magina chilo ngari auxiliary teacher. Okay, so panoba, I only do music. Yeah, so music is my career. I only do music. I get paid for doing music. Yeah, so there's nothing else I do apart from being a musician, a mother, and a wife.
Are you a mother?
Mother of 2. Thank you very much.
Oh wow.
Yeah, mother of 2. Mother of 2.
Who are they? Boys or girls?
They are all girls. My
How old?
princess awili. They are old enough. Old.
What of a girl? I want to be bringing her. What does that say now?
When I say another years now. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, my mother.
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, most people don't know.
No.
They couldn't tell.
Okay. I knew you were engaged, but I had never heard or thought that you have a kid. Better still two.
Sizowerengesera kuti ana apanga chinkhoswe lija ndiliti.
Ana awiri ayenda bwanji.
But yeah, my mother of 2 daughters. Yeah. Basi kunkanina.
No, I'm very, very curious and interested. But anyway, so we're just starting your career, Wanova. You'd still be maybe be called an upcoming artist. Maybe this year we'll see what will happen. But you're putting out nyimbo za bo. I personally like. I've
Thank
said
you
that,
very
like,
much.
your
Thank you
music.
very much.
Where do you get your inspiration? Paliena, mimi also nampina. So them, akakhala mafana. Kylian Mbappe is now a big star. When growing up in nyumba mwake anendiza posters za Cristiano Ronaldo. But Alejandro Garnacho. Or they have Ronaldo this side, Messi this side.
Zampira tu ndi mazisatu osati foro undona nungonena kuti ndekudalira Casemiro sindikwaziwa ndekudalira Bruno Fernandes sindikwaziwa
Manchester United in the building.
Telling you.
Yeah.
Nana.
Yase. Organiza bo.
Yeah.
Ngakeza ambiri organiza bo amasapota manje.
Manchester United.
Zimangovude koma mpira ndikumani komwe kuti.
Ndikuza. Timangona uludza.
So I was talking about your inspiration. Who are the people that have been your role models you look up to, you've been listening to? Say, I want to be like her. So from Kunogu, even when you go out there, what's my standard judging and then I mean,
okay.
What side either?
Ineyo. Choyambirira. Mawanga amene kwamvera ndi base yokayoka. Base olokuyimba.
Sunake navera nyimbo ina yake. Ndi nyimbo yanji. Okay, zomwe zoti kungopanga ndi I think inali yoti inkananga ka snippet chabe. Nazabwerera kaye. Sife Mw.
Ine mawanga ndi base.
Yachi base imene ngati ngone nkachitopanga imene nkachitopanga dala. Ena address
kwa. Sorry chabwino. Yeah, but ine ndi kwambiri ndinkamusirira Senji. When I tell you kuti kwambiri umve kuti kwambiri ndipo ine ndimati ndikapita studio kuja ndimati ndifuna ndizimveka ngati Senji akati wetapita uku aliyense amamveka mosiyana basi mene alili amamveka mmene alili koma ineyo kwambiri amene ndinkamusiya kuti ndikamati ndi Senji. Yes. Sindinganame kuti ndinkakula ndikumusirira Ruth B. You know Ruth B, right? Yeah. Pese ndimamvera kwambiri nyimbo zakunja. Ndisaname. Ma TV taziwo okulakula. Ndiyapenda kuti mafoni tayapeza okulakula. So yeah. Kwambiri I wasn't exposed to nyimbo zakunja. Mwina ndimangomvera maujeni madisco ifana sini mashota inaenda madisco sini mashota ndimakhala ndikonko ndikamvere nyimbo ndikavine. Yes. So kwambiri ine Senji ndamene ndizula moyo amandizula be ndizula nasiya mayo angwiro.
Have you ever met her?
No. Koma ndikumana naye chaka chino sichita.
Singathe?
Sichita Senji chaka chino tikumana wallahi.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mina sakozekele kuti mukhozoka kumanana ku studio.
Exactly. We never know.
I know. Those should be, I think, goals. I know. And I'm ngati ma collaborations. It's just a matter of we use platform yake. Sometimes it's the inspiration and the chemistry that you have had with this person.
Anthu
When
ena
you
amaona ngati kuti when we are doing when tikamafuna makolabo ndiwo ndoti ife tifuna kuti tichukire pa
Tichukire pa
iwo
iwo,
kapena chani pena amangotisangalatsa and also munthu ukamakhaza kuti ufuna upange kolabo pena umadziwa kuti nyimbo imene ndikulemba iyi
Atakhalamo-
angayimbe bwino amene atakhalamo wakuti ngati agondwe ija ine kumene ndimalemba agondwe ndile kuganiza kuti koma Neverman nyimbo yayipweteka.
and he did justice to that song.
Exactly.
He did justice to that song.
Exactly. Amene Neverman nyimbo ija anayipweteka
Yeah.
anayivulasa.
Kwambi-
And I really thank him. Very humble person.
Very. Nepia is one great guy. Even in Hanis when Amajeza akakhala when everything is off. It's like
Even after video, after everything, she just said that
Amakandi.
he was calling me, Chemwali, mulibanje. I was like, Zomwena sanga bange.
Yeah.
Sanga bange yo ma celebrity kwambiri. Hayi ndakupoza.
Receive your flowers. Bambo
Yeah.
Nepia ku USA uko. I'm
Exactly.
sure you'll be watching
Mukafunanso
this one.
kuti ndibwere tizayimbe agondwe nditakubwera zikomo kwambiri.
Please, muzeni nzimaye kuti mukamenye agondwe pa New York ako.
Muone ngati
And he has
ndingabwereza.
released a very, very good EP.
EP,
I've
yes.
listened to some songs from there.
Mhm.
Wimvelerabe.
Mhm.
I like the songs. Ndimfana wabo.
Yeah,
And
kwambiri.
waluso kwambiri.
Kwambiri.
Yeah.
Mm.
For me, this is our first interview with you.
Mhm.
I like having my interviews with artists at this age, at this time of their careers, when they are coming into, when they're getting out there, because it makes good stories later on. I think kusiyana kwa podcast ndi TV, ndikuti ma TV ambiri chikapita. Mwina pano pachifukwa kuti kwamba bwera kuti ma Facebook page chani, koma most of the stuff that ife tinkaonera, tinkamvera ma interviews ambiri. Anapita pano pankhani zinapita.
Amakhala pa TV pompo ngomvera pompo ba yala ivi basi
Ake lokangotuluka kwakuti unapita kubwera.
basi
Yapita imene.
unless wina akakhala majambula phone yake kujambula pa TV.
Of which my phone also.
Unalibe sizomwe
So,
zotifune
yeah.
nazo.
Most stories, lephera kuti tikapange phone kuti pakuti panapangidwa chakudwa because we didn't have danga.
No, we live in a digital world.
Yeah. So these interviews become reference stories for anything that happens later on, but also inspiration for Andhena. When somebody sees you today,
Kodi anthu timangoziphwekesa tokha you never know how many people amene amati akakuona iweyo amati ine ndimafuna ndidzakhale ngati wakuti akandiona ineyo ndimafuna ndidzakhale ngati Sife.
I'm telling you.
Pena anthu fe timangozichepesa timangoziona tokha ngati
Basi because sinanga ndimene takhati kudzionera ende kuganizira mavuto ako mangona ngati ndili nchani ine ndingamuze chani
exactly komano there are people out there amene amati akakhala zimene unena ife nimene unena ineyo kuti senje ineyo mwina so kumene iye analiko sanaganizireko kuti ineyo kuli munthu wina wake kuti akakhala amafuna kuwata dzakhala ngati ineyo. Exactly.
munthuyo panopa ndi
Sife Malawi.
Sife Mw oti lero atafuna anyamuka apite ku Blantyre kakumane ndi Senji kampani yake khozo mpangira kuti apite bwinobwino.
Actually, I'm going to Blantyre mawa. And if all
See?
goes well, ndithakumana naye.
Yeah, you can meet her.
Yeah.
So it's time, it's fate, and it's also how we believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
Most of the times I feel like as a country fair, tinadzilakwirabe pena sinadzilakwire ndife mwina makolo athu anatilakwirabe.
Okay.
They didn't give us enough confidence to actually think we can and believe that we can. So kamenga chako maza kula nako bekula nako. You change with time bekwinakwe. Koma yeah, it's not the confidence.
Zina zatu makula nazo ti iwe sumadziwa zona kuti zinthu zizi
Zimakupanga affect.
kuchokera nazo kumwana ngati wakumana ngati unakula mbanja la anthu makolo okangana.
You feel like kuti life
ndikukanganako
so even ukapita kuntchito you don't like proposal video simene upangeso iweyo winake akupelekera basi
olo kwanu ngati amakunena kuti ukangotere iwe umaba iwe umuna ngati olo kuti ungotenga kapu ya munthu wake ngogwisa ntchito andinena kuti ndikubaba.
No, I think it's a mindset change that we need to push, and people like you, I mean, you have my platforms now through music and also interactions with Andhena as you grow. This could be my request to you. that use your platforms to help other people become better so they can change. Use your stories to inspire a lot of kids that you are raising. You have kids, now you know what it means to be raising a life into this world, and take that to everywhere else. I am. So,
Yeah.
if there's one thing that if somebody watches this interview 10 years from now, chimenofuna akamadzaionera, and oh wow, they will take home kuti mbona interview ya adai naye kasife pano bado anandoblowa koma izizi anazikamba 10 years ago.
Yes.
What is it that you want someone watching kuti achitenge, achisunge, azienda nacho, kayapita nacho kwawo? Yeah, what is that?
Okay, what I would say is chilichonse chimachitika mu nthawi yake yoyikika. When the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. Believe you me. When I started doing music in 2019, I did not know kuti ndidzakhala pansi chonchi ndidennise ku podcast talking about my music. I'm telling you. So pena munthu umadzafika nthawi yone kuti wayesera ndikutopa. Ndikumuona ngati zona kuti nende basi ningozisiya paliponse. No, just do your thing. Just do your thing. Iweyo ngati ukuona zona kuti ine music imanisanga. When I was doing music, honestly, sikuti ndinali zonena kuti ndikupanga music foti ndifuna zonde ndizipanga drama. It was just passion. I've always loved music. Kuyambira kale. So I was just doing music because I love music. Nthawi imene yonse ife sitiri kuona kuti pali tsogolo kuti makuti no. So when you're doing something choti we chimakusangalatsa, just do it. Ngati chili chonena zonena kuti chidzakubweresera ndalama. Ngati chili chonena kuti Mulungu anakulembera zonena kuti this is what you do in your life, that's what you do in your life. Believe you me, there is always time for everything. Pena timaziona ngati zonena kuti ineyo ndiye basi. No, iweyo si basi. Nthawi yako ikubwera. Naso mwina alipoona zoti ife namba kuyimba 2019, wenaso mwina anayamba kuyimba before me. Kuti panopa sanafike pamene ndikuzitu kumula kuti ndafika pena pake. No, pamene ndilipa pamene Mulungu anandidalitsa kuti ndikhale pamene papa. Nthawi yanunso ikadzakwana kuti mudzakhalenso pamene papa, mudzakhala. Amene ali pamwamba aja anayambira pamene papa. Mwinaso ife we are even better. Iwo aja mwina anayimba 10 years, 15 years, olo nyimbo yakumveka pa radio. But there is always time for everything. And another thing, work hard pachichonse imene mumapanga. Talent ina iliyonse Mulungu aliyese ndimakhulupirira zoti Mulungu anampasa aliyese talent yake. Kaya talent yoyimba mali kuhelu, kaya talent ya mpira, kaya talent ina iliyonse imene Mulungu anakupatsayo. Idziwe imene kuti Mulungu anandipatsa talent yoyimba magitara, anandipatsa talent yotani. That's your talent. Tsiku lake likazakukwanira loti we talent yako uzayidyera, uzayidyera. Remember that guy wakukandi changu amayankhula ngati
president wakunzuni. Nzuni.
Ndaonera ka video yake kina kake ali kuchen kunsonkhano kunzuzu. Ali Amalawi ansanga. Then the caption was munthu amene anayikayo pa TikTok. Zinthu zija zinkaoneka ngati zachibwanabwana zija pano ndi izi apanga nazo drama. Pena munthu ukamapanga chinthu just do because you love doing that. Osati iwewe ukhale ndi mtima wokuti ineyo ndi chimene ndikupangachi ndifuna ndizipeza ndalama, ndifuna ndidyere pompano. Of course zinauzipanga kuti ndifuna ndalama, koma usadziwe kuti udya pompano. No, sizingapezeke pompo. There is always time for everything.
Right.
And also, what I can tell you is make good connections with people. Anthu pano pati mayankhula zimene zachitika ifo choti connection tenga ifo cha connection connection iyo ipangeni unatosa mukhale ndi ma connection aliyese amamfuna nzake olo pano poti udye kumaliro ndi connection. Telling you.
Pamene musadza kaphweketse boys.
Olo kuti umwe connection, connect with people. Azinzako ndi amene uli nawo age yako yosati uzilimbana ndi anthu ena kuti ali pamwamba amene uli nawo. tsiku ina akazafika pena pakeso olo ine munthu panopa kundipeza eti apa sitadziwana odi ndinadziwana imene kalekale amayimba matani ase namba ya Dennis bwanji imafuna ndipiteko kuchani ku podcast kwako. We've made a connection here. Ndikutenga iye uja kuzera mwa ineyo. Mwina zikanasiyanaso kuti iye uja azera ndikuwera kwa iwe. Exactly. Make connections. Azinzako amene inawo umaphwekesa lero lifoti ndi mukundiphwekesa lero lifoti ndi ineyo. Koma mawa ndinkuja. Mwina ubi somewhere. Poti niyo mukufunika mukafike pamene. Munthu usamamujepese munthu ina aliyense. Ine ndekeze ndine wa kumangoji. Kumangoji akufuna mwina apangise kaya kampeni wina wakeso. Kana za HIV and AIDS, kana chani, za violence, chani. Ine. Si artist wamene. Tandipezere kuti ma artist tinatake. Look toyambirira. Njanga nakaya amendu kwaziwa. Ndisana bange kaya approach anthu ena. Connection. Connect with people. Amene muli azinzana amene ali pano pawo. Connect with them. You never know. Kuti moyo. Udzawafikisa. Kapena inuyo moyo. Udzakufikisani pati. But yeah, koma chilichonse imachitira ubwino anthu a Mulungu otakhala kuti connection ulibe. Koma ngati Mulungu akulembera iweyo kuti iwepo udzafika 2030 udzakhala pakuti. Believe you me. Amenepo udzakhalapo iweyo pamenepo. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay. Now that you have mentioned ndi wakumangoji. Unaimba kunyimbo yachiya kapena ndi wakumangoji koma Sife Mw. Pacha kumangoji so kulipina kwake kumanki be.
Ndine wakumangoji yes, komano sine Mw. Of course kumangoji yawo ndi ndimayankhula. Yeah, I do speak Chiao very well. Ngusimbe cheta. Chiao.
Nguye cheta yoyo.
Ngusimbe cheta Chiao. Okay. Mbole.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a good conversation with the Sife Malawi on Lab 20 podcast. I don't know. There's something about this kind of conversation. It's very every time I'm talking to people, when I listen, I learn a lot. And I think in Nzaka muntu wanzeru wambiri.
See muntu wanzeru kai?
I don't know. But the people that I meet, like from different spheres and even mena maganizio and whatnot. So yeah, that's why I love actually. I think my conversations in Gadao, they make me more better than maybe I was. And I just hope that these conversations also make people that watch even better. Yeah. And I know Kuti Tiwabanga is my podcast and we look at the numbers and even Wamaina my guests sometimes they look at podcast and so we hope the people that follow us on YouTube and on every other channel can do as you ask them subscribe and to like and to share. But also Gwambiri, I know there are a lot of conversations. My topics if you have anything that you want us maybe to discuss with her, I might not know Chidi Jose Jokuza Sife Malawi and also even
kubatulayo ndiganiza kuimba chibwezi chaimene chalisa zabwereso Osarina bangeli wethu kuti imene
anthu vanobaya ngati tufulati mdziwa amene ndindani amutchule kuti ndindani
ili vachula maina anthu animangisa azanguyamba kunimangisa.
So yeah, we hope you subscribe to the channel and you keep staying with our podcast. We love you so much. This podcast is proudly brought to you by Lab 20 Tours and Safaris. If you have your tours, you have your travels, mukayamba zoenda uzopita kunja kutali. Mukufuna ma TX, ma Prado, give us a call. We have everything for you covered. Kaya mwapeza bandi, mufuna mwamba bandi yani yose yonte Benz, Sprinter, mufuna ma Coaster. Talk to us. Lab 20 Tours and Safaris is gonna be covering you.
All right.
We cannot talk about the media, This is it. This is part of us giving back to the artists, the people that we have conversations with. If you have your own projects, a video and whatnot, talk to us. We have you covered.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, before I close, also, if you love praying, you love playing, you love having fun, but playing with money, you can always register on Jackpot City Casino. And once you register, let me know that you registered. and show me your account. I'm gonna give you something so that you can start playing and play responsibly. Usabhedera ndalama zandiwo.
Ndipange
Usabhedera
mundipase.
ndalama.
Ndipange account. Iwe ndipase phone ndipange account.
Panga account pompano ndikuponyera stake ase.
Ndipase ni stake.
Ndikuponyera. Sife Mw, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you.
Thank you very much.
Fan of your music, and I'm looking forward to seeing you grow.
Komanso sindingachoke ndisanathokoze mafans anga.
Ndipo sungachoke usanaimbe nyimbo. Thokoza kenako wamenyera kachani kenakake kumadero.
Okay.
Ineyo uzosazikira paka pano. So I'll leave it to you. You thokoza, and then after that
You
you're gonna do an outro. Anything that you can drop us here.
Okay, pomalizira penipeni pamene tikumaliza podcast ino ndingofuna ndikuthokozeni nonse ifo munali pamenepo kuonera and ndifuna ndikuthokozeni ifo cha support yanu imene mandipatsa kuonera nyimbo kupanga subscribe channel chathu TK Entertainment pa YouTube, komanso panga follow Sife Malawi pa Facebook, komanso TikTok, and other social media platforms. Ndimakunyadirani kwambiri. You are the ones that keep me going. And akuti ndimbe nyimbo imodzi, and nyimbo imene mandisangasa kwambiri ndi Makemelifa. Honestly, nyimbo imene mandisangasa ndi Makemelifa. So I will just do one verse ya Makemelifa and the chorus.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Take it up.
Kodi mesa zose munakokola nyumba mwanga kundisila zantupi. Kodi mesa ndinu munalala tonde sambula kundipita pamodzi. Kodi mesa ndinu munakasuma kwa nyakwa mulipa ufuna ntuzi. Mwabwelela ufuna chani, mwaiwala chana pena mwina mfuse. Makemelifa chilichonse mukufuna mutakutenga. Makemelifa ngati mufuna moyo wanga mutakunena. Makemelifa jintupu tengani maelashes tengani
Microphone shooting.
tengani mundisile Ntendele wanga mundisile ntendele wa ntendele wa mundima ndofunika koma ndimene ndizoona mtima ngala zibadzi zanu azika zanu azimunanu munasiya asiyeni munasiya basi asiyena khani ntendele wa mundima munthu kumusiya mamuzungusa. It doesn't work like that. No, I'm not angry, I'm just saying kuti ngati zibadzi zanu munazisiya azika zanu azimunanu munasiya asiyena ayende bwino.
1